Right, welcome, ladies and gents. So I've covered the Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny sort of saga here and there as it's developed. It's gone back for reshoots and things like that. Like I had a source that was working on this film. It looks like their information was old. When it went back for reshoots, they've just changed loads of stuff. It is a mess. This whole film was a mess. Because it looks like that video I did, I don't know, like a month or so ago now, on the leaks for the ending of Indiana Jones. I mean, it's confirmed that's completely true. So, the Critical Drinker obviously has his show, Drinkers Chasers, the After Hours thing. Great show. Watch it if you've never watched it before. And I'll leave it linked down below because I'm taking excerpts from it. Not all of it, obviously. This video clearly is not all of it. But they had Chris Gore on from Film Threat, who has seen Indiana Jones, and he went on to confirm a fair few things. First and foremost, what is unfortunate is it apparently actually starts out pretty good.
But I feel like I'm here. I feel like, I don't know if we're going to be talking about a film, but it feels more like a funeral because what I saw is the death of another IP. I mean, it's...
Well, this is what we were going to talk to you about. Yeah, you have seen Indiana Jones 5.
Well, I'll give you just sort of broad strokes first. What's interesting is that the first 20 minutes of the movie actually feels like an Indiana Jones film. It's Indiana Jones at the end of World War II with, of course, as the Nazis are loading antiquities into a train, he's trying to steal some with the help of a new friend named Basil. And it had all the makings of Indiana Jones, like down to the way it was cut, the action was staged. It's a young Indiana Jones. And even though, yes, it's not perfect, it's far better than we saw in Rogue One. I thought the Grand Moff Tarkin and Princess Leia were awful. I don't know about you. It looked very digital. This was the most convincing use of this technique that I've seen thus far. So, and it just had all that, like, mix of humor, mix of action, Indy being put in odd situations and getting out of it because he's thinking creatively. But it's a fun opening action sequence trying to get this dial that is Archimedes' dial, right? That's the opening.
Yeah, actually sounds all right, doesn't it? And then it quickly deteriorates from there into Phoebe Waller-Bridge being a ridiculous feminist character and an incredibly unlikable character.
Cut to the present day present day in his world, late 60s. And it's a sad, very sad, shirtless Indiana Jones that we see in his apartment with divorce papers, and his son is died in Vietnam.
For fuck's sake.
Jeez.
Yeah.
They actually hate this character, don't they?
Well,
like Lucasfilm now.
I think they hate any sort of legacy male character that is beloved and revered. But so Indy goes to I'm just giving you the sort of broad strokes here, but he's still teaching a class, but he's retiring and goes to teach his class with a bunch of uninterested students who don't care. I think that's more of a comment on today. And someone in the back of the class knows all the answers and knows them all too well. And of course, it's Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Yeah, and she's smarter than everybody. If there could be, imagine Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, but times 10 in terms of being incredible. It ends up being, she's not the romantic interest, obviously. She is the co-star, co-lead with Indiana Jones, and she is the one driving the story. She's the one, because of her father is this character Basil, who we meet in the beginning. He is since passed away, and she wants to find the dial and wants Indy's help. And she doesn't. I've never seen a more unlikable character, and even the reviews out of Cannes all talked about this. This isn't new or original thought. She is so unlikable, not just in the way she's written, but just in her performance. I think Phoebe Waller-Bridge has no experience. I mean, what movie can you? She's not been in a movie that has any significant box office where you could say this person brings something. This person has a presence, and she's just. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what if like someone that was more age appropriate for Harrison Ford, like a maybe Nicole Kidman or a Kate Winslet or older.
That could have been cool, maybe.
Yeah, like an actress with a bit of like gravitas and a bit of
Experience.
charisma. Yeah.
And you could accept being kind of an asshole sometimes, but you still like her. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is an asshole, and you don't like her.
And then from there, we get the absolute confirmation that the leaks which had happened before, i.e. Indiana Jones wanted to stay at the end, stay in the past. Phoebe Waller-Bridge goes and saves the day by punching him, being the hero. That's all true. What a fucking joke.
Marion or anyone?
Well, I'll get to that.
Oh, so okay.
He says they're in the past and they do have an intact plane to get back to their back to their time period. And he says, I just want to stay here and die. So Helena punches him in the face, knocks him unconscious, cut to black.
Oh,
He wakes up in his bed in his apartment in New York City. Now, there were some thoughts about these reshoots that she goes back and re-experiences his adventures as him. That doesn't happen. However, looking at the way they structured this ending, it's easily something they could have changed through reshoots. So they could have set it up to be that he just decides to die in the past, and then she goes on to basically take the mantle. That doesn't happen. So he wakes up in his New York apartment.
So anyway, guys, I'll leave the full episode down below. Love to hear your thoughts. Doesn't sound like it's going to be a good film, does it? Sounds like, it just sounds like another shit show for Lucasfilm. How can you keep making these terrible films and not have any repercussions with firing of executives? Is absolutely beyond me. It really is. It's actually beyond me. So yeah, hit subscribe if you are new here. Please do go and check out the full podcast. He runs a really good show. Check it out. Take care, guys.